British International Investment is the UK development finance institution. We're backed by the UK government and we invest in emerging markets, predominantly Africa and South Asia, in order to drive productive, sustainable and inclusive development. And we do this by supporting businesses that create jobs, that build infrastructure, and also that drive economic growth. We are in 66 countries across the continents of Africa and Asia.
I work for a bank called Standard Chartered, which is a global connector bank, similar to what Maria said with BII. In fact, today we operate in 54 markets globally. We connect our diverse network in Africa, Asia and the Middle East with many of our corporates and institutional clients to ensure that the right capital goes to the right client in the right place. And it helps us ensure that we provide sustainable growth, not just for our business, but for the many countries that we operate in.
The partnership has really accelerated since 2013, which is when we focused on the trade program. For us, trade is a vital part of economic growth. It keeps supply chains running, it ensures that economies are growing. And Standard Chartered is the perfect partner because they've got the infrastructure on the ground, the operational experience to really be able to deploy this capital to the businesses that need it most. Since 2013, we have unlocked $20 billion in trade flows to over 15 countries.
Together, this partnership has proved to be really, really powerful. And it has also, for us, unblocked our ability to provide financing to key sectors to see them bring in sustainable development growth. And since the renewal in June 2024, the facility has supported more than $800 million of trade in countries like Sri Lanka, Uganda, Kenya and Bangladesh, some of the key markets that we overlap in as both institutions.
As a development finance institution, one of our main objectives is to catalyze private investors, commercial investors to go into our markets and into the most challenging countries and sectors. And so we do that by bringing risk capital. We can do that through various products. It could be risk-sharing facilities, it could be guarantees, it could be first loss. But we're always trying to build solutions that catalyze other investors to come in. And the Standard Chartered relationship is a perfect example of that. We've done this in multiple different types of products. We've done it in multiple different geographies, different cycles, and through different types of underserved segments, including gender, SMEs, and trade.
This is where I feel that the strongest part of this partnership comes alive. In this particular case, when you look at public-private partnership or blended finance, both institutions do something that they're very good at and the other can't. We have entrepreneurs who struggle to raise capital, who struggle to get projects off the ground. There's no shortage of ideas. And to be able to come together, mobilize capital across the board using a commercial bank's balance sheet and then mitigating that with a risk-sharing agreement with a large institutional player that has a very clear goal about impact financing, we can really unlock a lot more from where we started off.
What stands out for me is the partnership through the COVID-19 pandemic. During this time, we saw international investors stop putting money into our markets. It was high risk. These markets are naturally higher risk. And so we saw any flows that were coming from the international community just slow down. Now, as a development finance institution, it is our role to be counter-cyclical and step in when others are sort of leaving these types of environments. But Standard Chartered was there with us, and that's not the case for all commercial investors. So we were able to partner together to continue to ensure that we were supporting supply chains and small businesses, which also helps promote essential goods and commodities in these markets. And from 2020 to 2023, we supported £9 billion in trade flows to these markets, which is something I'm very proud of. As we've continued to evolve our partnership, we've continued to innovate and think about how we can really drive impact in the areas that matter most to BII. One of those areas is inclusion, particularly women's economic empowerment. And so what we've been testing in East Africa, including Kenya and Tanzania, is how we can channel our capital to women-owned businesses. And we're particularly proud because this transaction has qualified for 2X. Now, the 2X challenge is something that BII was a founding member of, and it's now an industry-leading framework that allows us to make sure that we're channeling capital that benefit women within our investments.
I think this $100 million facility that we signed very recently is really critical and is one that I'm really proud of on behalf of the bank because it is very much part of the ethos around bringing that impactful capital where it's needed most. And in this case, looking at empowering women entrepreneurs to work in specific sectors like agriculture, infrastructure, pharmaceuticals, healthcare. And I think this is really, really key in terms of getting that sustainable growth going. And I hope that we're able to replicate this type of facility in other parts or in Africa and South Asia.
I look forward to continuing to evolve this relationship.
We will continue to see how we can evolve, innovate.
To push the needle. We have areas of focus at the moment that we're exploring on inclusive finance and frontier markets.
We hope we can reach many more communities across the world.